I'm sorry, your Miss Vicks chips aren't like sustaining me for an 8-hour shift. Like, they're making me feel like shit, and now I have diarrhea.
I just wanna have fun. Come and beat me up. Meet me.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Nat with
Nia, and welcome back to Fullfigured.
It's episode 18. On the last one, I said 16 and then I said 16 and a half because we weren't sure if it was 16 or 17. Mm-hmm. We went back. Survey says Nat's an idiot. We are on episode 18.
18.
So the last one was 17.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back. Better than ever. No promises. And we're just going to get right into it. We loved catching up with you on the last one. Loved telling you about our lives. And we're excited to see what y'all have to say about that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to just get into it? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm really glad that we had a chance to catch up and that we're getting to do this again because this is something that, I've been wanting to do for a while. It's always, heavy on my mind, but if it's a time thing, with us, with our conflicting schedules, it's really hard to find a way to get out here. So it's something that I want to do. I know it's something that you want to do. So
yep,
we'll try to find the time to make it happen.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Even if it's a Sunday at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
we love that.
Yeah.
We're up early now these days,
Mm-hmm.
Well, you be working late still.
That's all right. I've never been a night owl. Like, I've always been like an early bird.
Me too.
But just with working as a bartender, you don't really have a choice.
Right.
So something still is like wiring me to wake up early.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to happen regardless. I'm always going to be an early bird. But
yeah, I feel that too. Well, just to recap, I left into more of the corporate office world. Nia is back at the hotel that we were both at. She's feeling happier. She's feeling better. And I want to take the time to reminisce on some things, bartending and all.
Mm-hmm.
So let's bitch. I want to bitch. I want to talk about shit that pissed me off, about shit that we don't like, and that you should know if you're going into a bar, the things you should and should not do. We're going to mostly be talking about the shit you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
But let's get into it. Yeah. What's your favorite line, Nia, as a bartender?
I know the manager, right? Okay, cool. That's awesome. I know him too. And he's an asshole.
I don't care if you're sitting on the manager's dick when you're telling me this. I don't give a fuck, like, how much you know the manager, what he is to you, or any of that. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
And you're not going to get freebies because you know the manager unless he's standing in front of me talking to you, giving you free shit. You ain't getting a fucking anything from me. Not one thing.
Because what do you think that you are accomplishing by name dropping? There, you all you're doing is pissing us off. Like, cool.
He ain't my friend.
Awesome. That's good for you. Yeah. I'm so glad that y'all play golf every Sunday morning and you've known each other since high school and da-da-da. That's cool. Your manager friend is still an asshole. I don't know what to tell you. I had an experience when I was working at the steakhouse, and these two guys, so, just a quick reference. At the steakhouse, they have a happy hour, and they did a double happy hour on Sundays where it would be an earlier happy hour when we're open for lunch and then a late night happy hour before close. And the CEO of our company decided that he didn't want to do the earlier happy hour anymore. He decided to end it that weekend. But they didn't make any sort of announcement online, social media, anything like that they were ending it. They just told us, hey, we're not doing this happy hour anymore. This is straight from the fish's mouth. We're not doing it anymore. Cool, whatever, fine. So it just so happened to be Cinco de Mayo, and we had a special going on. We were doing $5 tequila shots, Blanco tequila shots, and then we had like $5 tacos, something like that. It was a special, all-day special going on. That's a pretty good deal. Like $5 Casamigos, Don Julio, Patron, and a couple other ones. Like decent tequilas
Sure.
For $5 shots. Cool. But we weren't doing the early happy hour anymore. We are doing late night happy hour. I'm not saying we're not doing it at all tonight. It's just we're not doing the earlier one from the CEO. So these two guys come in and they sit at the bar, and I'm working with one of my coworkers, and he's primarily taking care of these guests, and I'm taking care of everyone else because the bar is pretty busy. And the guys come in and they ask my coworker, are we what's up for happy hour? Talking about the earlier happy hour. What's included on the happy hour? And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry guys, we're not doing it anymore. We have some Cinco de Mayo specials going on." They're like, "That's bullshit. Like we know the manager, and I'm gonna call him and tell him that this is unacceptable." And all my coworker said was, "Okay, call him." And that's exactly what they went and did. They went and left. They had dinner with us. I got their dinner order. I wasn't rude to them at all. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to take your order. What can I get you?" Super brief. Asked them if they wanted bread. They didn't want bread. They had a little attitude. It is what it is.
Did they tip you?
I don't know. I don't remember. But right after that, we ended up getting a call from one of our corporate managers talking about there were two guests that were in the bar that are friends with the CEO. His name is, saying that we were rude. Both of the bartenders were rude to the guests, and because they didn't do happy hour. And we were both sitting there like, so what's the problem? Because we're not doing early happy hour because Manning, the CEO, said we're not doing it anymore. So once again, where is the problem? Just because they come in, they're dick swinging that they say that they know the manager, they know the CEO. I'm sorry. Let's just go ahead and skip the whole manager card. We know the CEO. And when we don't get our way, we're having a little bitch fit because we can't have happy hour right now, but there are specials going on, and we're doing late night happy hour because you can't get what you want right now. I'm going to go throw a fit to my friend, the CEO, and make it seem like your bartenders don't know what they're doing, have an attitude, and didn't give us good service. So, given I had very little interaction with these guys, all I did was get their food order.
Were they older?
Yeah, probably like 50s,
Okay.
50-year-olds. And so the corporate manager said that me and the other bartender had to write an apology letter to the CEO, apologizing for not giving them good enough service. And I was like, there is absolutely no way that I'm going to sit here and apologize for something that I did not do.
Did you talk to the CEO and say, like, this is what happened?
No, I don't have his number. He didn't come down. He didn't send anyone down at that point. They just said that so at first they wrote out a group apology letter saying that it was that if a guest comes in, and this was weird. They said if a guest comes in and we're not doing happy hour, but they ask for a happy hour, that we can give them the happy hour prices.
That makes no sense. So if I came in at 6 p.m. on a Friday and was like, give me happy hour, you're allowed to give me happy hour?
That's pretty much what they were trying to say in the apology letter. But then they sent it. They had us both write our name. They had us both sign it. And then they sent it to the corporate manager to send to the CEO, Manny. And he was like, no, like, this isn't what we're saying. Like, we need you to rewrite it. But because both of us weren't scheduled the next day, my manager called me. He was like, hey, we have to have you both send your own separate apology letters. And I said, once again, what am I apologizing for? Because I did not have any interaction with these men that were completely dick swinging about them knowing the CEO.
That's
Why am I
definition of
apologizing?
a manager not having your back at all.
No. And he was like,
For
hey,
rules that you are following that they implemented.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I know, like, this isn't the most ideal situation, but we just need you both to write your own apology letter. I said, I'll send you a letter, but it won't be me apologizing for anything. So I sent out a letter, and it was one of the most backhanded letters I have ever written in my entire life. I didn't apologize for anything.
What'd you say?
It was something along the lines of, you know, if a guest comes in, whether they are being cordial or they're being hostile, we'll treat them with the utmost, you know, grace and service.
Goodbye.
And then I signed it, regards. And I also I didn't put dear Manny or anything like that, to whom it may concern. And then I signed it, regards, not warm regards.
Cold regards.
Regards.
Cold regards.
Because once again, what am I apologizing for? In this situation, there was nothing that I did. But because I was working that shift, I was part of the issue. Just my name is now on it because I am in association with this other person that I was working with. Therefore, I am one of the rude bartenders that was working. It made zero sense. It pissed me off beyond belief, because I have no problem, you know, taking the blame if I am in the wrong. I will stand by it. I will apologize. I know my place, but in this situation, I will not apologize for something that I did not do.
Yeah.
And you cannot force me to do that either. So there was no apology in that letter. I didn't take responsibility for anything because nothing was my fault. I didn't make the comment. All I did was work the same shift. But unfortunately, my name had to be attached to it. So I don't know what you think you're accomplishing by coming in and having a bratty attitude and being hostile in the environment and saying, oh, we know the manager, we know the CEO. So do you think that when you come in and say those things that you just think that you're going to get pretty girl privilege whenever you come in? Like, absolutely what sense does that make?
Yeah.
None. You don't get things in life. It's like, it's the equivalent of someone being like, it's my birthday. Can I have a shot?
Is the bar open for me?
Yeah. No, I was going to give you a shot, but you can't just come in and demand things. No. You can have a good feeling. You can have, your water is free all night.
Your water's free all night.
If you come in and you expect things, that is not going to do anything but upset the people that are serving you. Like, I don't know where you get off thinking that you just deserve everything in life because you stepped out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoop-de-doo. I stepped out the house too. I don't get things handed to me.
No. I didn't go to Walmart and say, I've been to another Walmart where I met the cashier. Can I please have this for free? Like, I'm sorry, but like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I don't give a fuck who you know. Like, I don't, because we're all gonna look the same when we die. That's very morbid.
But it's true.
Damn. I really had to go there. But no, for real, like, I just don't care. I don't care. I'm not giving you free shit. He can come down and hand it to you. He, she, whatever can come hand it down to you themselves. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it.
Just come correct when you go to the bar. Just, can you treat the people that are serving you with the same respect that you would want to be treated with?
Yeah, it makes our job really difficult when you're an asshole.
Yeah.
It makes it really difficult. Like, 9 out of 10 times I will always stick up for the server, the bartender, the host. There are those 1 out of 10 times where, you know, not we, but I've seen servers or whatever be out of line, you know, like I've seen that before, but it's rare compared to how you walk in with a shitty attitude. Hi, how are you? And you just order your drink or drop the, I know this person. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Save that for another day somewhere else.
Exactly.
Because if you know him, why he ain't here with you right now? You guys are such good friends. Why he ain't here with you right now?
Exactly. Just don't come in expecting things.
Don't come in at all. Stay home with your fucking attitude, with your entitled ass. Because, like, and when people do that, I know that they haven't worked the service industry before.
Huh.
Like, whenever people say that, it's a very tall telling sign that, like, you have never done anything in the service industry. You've never been in the food industry, period. Mm-hmm. So you just gave yourself away. You're just an entitled little fuck at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of people who have never had any experience in the industry, those are those same people that are coming in 30 minutes before we close or right when we close and coming in and being like, oh, you're still open. I'm going to order a 4-course meal right now while you're trying to close up the bar or restaurant. Have you... please, I know there's somewhere else that is open right now.
Yeah.
That is open for 2 more hours. Because as a person in the industry, I cannot see myself going into anywhere 45 minutes before the place is going to close and expect, everyone that's working to be excited about it. You see it so much where it's like, oh, they close at 11 o'clock, so I'm going to come in at 10:55 because they're still technically open.
Yeah.
But why would you want to go in right when they're about to close?
I don't get it.
No.
Like, I don't understand it. And that's another thing, too. Like, I remember being at the hotel, and this was when that snake fucking tall fuck was our manager that I didn't get along with. We were on the... Should I just say his name? He doesn't even work there.
Might as well. Thomas,
that stupid fuck. He had me and Nia. He had 3 bartenders. We never figured out the third. So I think you can reference back on another episode. We had a manager. He did not last long at all. The garbage took itself out in the best way. And he was the fucking worst. The worst. Him and I fought every day, every time we worked together. And he never had any of our backs. Like, he wanted Nia and I to get fired. He gave, like, ultimatum to...
Oh, yeah.
He gave the ultimatum.
To the management.
Yeah, to higher management. He gave the ultimatum. Either I go or these 3 go. And they're like, there's the door. See ya.
Then leave.
Like, goodbye. So I'm like, fuck you. That's where my loyalty comes into some of the management. Because I'm like, I could have been fired, for being a mouthy bitch.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't the only one I mouthed off to. But regardless, so I was working the main bar, like the restaurant bar. And it got slow towards the end. And it was literally 9:57. My till was closed. Everything was done. Cash was counted. And there was a group. And I don't know if you remember, like, Thomas's lines. Well, these people are VIP. Ooh. This person's VIP. This person's, like, really important. That was every single person that you talked to Thomas was VIP, VIP, VIP. Shut the fuck up. These are not VIPs. They paid to be here. Whoa, so does every fucking other person that stays here. It's so wild. Like, if you start naming off one person being VIP because they stay here and they brought a group in, everyone at that hotel is VIP for staying there. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. So this guy that had given other bartenders problems, he was like the main guy of the group. Yeah. Entitled little fuck. He comes in, looks like a rat. Little rat, fucking blown out hair, stupid, short, skinny, scrawny rat. Comes in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, we're closed. And Thomas said it too. Thomas was like, we're closed. He's like, well, you're gonna cook me something. He literally said that. And I looked at him and I'm like, and we got like John Mark in the kitchen and he's like, no, no. And like in that little, like the little window, he's like, no. And I'm like, no.
No.
He's like, literally, it's like this. Like, this is the circle. No, this is the circle. And he's like, nope. And I'm like, no, you're not getting served. And he's like, Thomas was like, yes, sir, what can we get you? So we have this off and this off. He goes to the kitchen and tells them, fuming. They are all fuming. The kitchen is so mad. And I'm like, I literally walked in. This man can hear me. I'm like, don't be mad at me. I told him we were closed. I told him. I was like, I don't want to do this. So I don't give a fuck. At this point, I got to be up the next day at 4 a.m. Like, this is the reason I believe I should have been fired. Like, these instances here. I'm like, I ain't fucking doing this. And so I handed this man his check because we closed. My till is closed. I had to reopen everything. Hand him his check. He's like, I love a place that gives me the check before my food comes out. And I go, well, I told you we're closed. So that sucks. Like, you see an empty restaurant, you see everything closed up. My ice is burned. Everything's done. Like, the sign is out. We are closed. And you still have the audacity to be like that. Like, fuck off. And yes, was it 9:57, 3 minutes before closing? Yeah. But if we haven't seen people by 8 o'clock, we had not had a table since 7:30. Like, the last sat was 7:30. People left at 8:15. Right. I am done. Like, I am literally standing there to just be a warm body at that point. Yeah. I just dumped my little bucket of ice because I burnt the rest. Like, and it's like, the special treatment of that pissed me off. But what pissed me off more is, we closed at 10. You've stayed here you've had events all weekend or all week, like with your conference, like whatever, what time we close. Yeah. Like, you were here the night before. I saw you the night before. I said, well, our bar right down there is still open. The kitchen is not open. You're not only fucking over the bartenders, you're fucking everyone over. Hours are there for a reason, just like the happy hours. Yeah. Like, those hours are there for a reason. Mm-hmm. So what the fuck? But yeah, that shit pisses. That's, you're not in the industry. Like, I feel bad coming like an hour and a half before closing. Like, I still feel bad. Like, I'm just like, fuck. It's different if you're chilling there for a while, you're there till last call, but it just, going somewhere that late, it's like, come on. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm getting a can of something. I had a rooftop shift, mm-hmm. and I ended later than usual, and I come down to the basement and you guys are clearly cleaning, but I wanted to hang out with you guys. Can I get a neutral? Yeah. Can I get a canned item? And that's I work with these people, so they obviously know I'm in the industry, but that's like somewhere you go for like that last nightcap and you order like a glass of wine or like, something like that, or a shot, or just a can of something. That's a very like telling sign that you're in the industry. Yeah.
It's like those situations where when you're working in the bar and, it's past last call, usually what we do now is, if it's past last call, so say 5 to 10 minutes has passed by, everyone's gotten their orders, everyone's pretty much closed out. This is when we're going to start, breaking down everything, burning the ice. Mm-hmm. But what we'll do is, after that time, beer and wine, things that can easily be open. You can pour them a glass of wine real quickly. You're not having to shake anything. You're not having to pour anything. We're not having to do any 1-in-1s. Mm-hmm. All my fruit is put up. That's the easiest things to do. So if you're coming in, I'm not telling you I'm done serving. I'm saying, yes, I've already done last call, but it's offering a solution. But I can do you a quick beer and wine. Mm-hmm. And at that point, if you're still drinking your wine by the time that I have to start counting my money, hey, we are closed in here, but another solution, We have our lobby upstairs. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you can take your drink up there. You don't have to finish it here. You can go up there. There's plenty of seating up there for you and your party. You have to constantly be offering solutions here in the hotel. But there are those people that come in that have never worked the industry before.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, are you closed? I'm not closed yet, but I'm doing beer and wine. But you can't make me a cocktail real quickly, like just like a quick espresso martini, a quick
Yeah, that
whiskey
everyone's
sour.
gonna see and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get one of those too.
No, like we're trying to like give you an inch, but you're taking a mile.
Yep.
So it's like I'm saying that I'm about to close, but I'm giving you a solution, but you are not taking it. Those are the people that have never been in the industry before. You're
Yep.
coming in and you're trying to get this full service things when you could have come in hours before
Yep.
and gotten the full service. And we're trying to give you as much as we can. We are almost, we're running on fumes. And we're trying to give you that same service that we gave to the people that came in, 5 hours ago. But it's really hard to do at the end of the night, and we're really trying, but you're pushing and you're pushing and pushing because you've never been in this fucking industry before.
Literally.
And that's why I think everyone should be in the industry, in the service industry, at least once, just so you can have like a true appreciation for the people that are serving you all the time. I'm not going to go into IHOP 30 minutes before they close and order, the entire menu because you're closed.
Yep.
You are on the way to closing right now. You don't want someone to come in and like do all this stuff, 10 minutes before you close. It's just it's never made sense to me, and I know that's a constant argument on social media. I see it
Always.
all the time about people being like, well, it's supposed to be full service up until the time you close. No, that's just not how things are supposed to run. You're supposed to if you close at 10 o'clock, you're closing at 10 o'clock, but that doesn't mean you're starting your closing work at 10 o'clock.
Right.
You're trying to get out of there with enough time that you're not getting out of there at 12. You're trying to start pre-closing. That's why they call it pre-closing, because you are trying to get your stuff done so that when closing time comes, you can get out of there in like 10 minutes. I don't understand why people don't understand the concept of pre-closing, because you are once again feeling like you are privileged to the people that are serving you over and over again.
Yep.
Do not come in there dick swinging. Do not come in there expecting things from people. It's not having that common courtesy for the people that have been serving all day.
Yep.
They're almost done, and then you come in and you want to throw all of this at them at once at the end of the night. I don't understand how people don't understand this. But it's always the same people that have never been in the industry, that have never been with a person that's been in the industry. My boyfriend, we talked about this, he's never been in the industry before. He works IT, but he has a full comprehension of people that have been in the industry. He's the same way where he's like, I'm not going to go into a place 45 minutes before they close.
Yep.
I'm going to tip accordingly because you took good care of us. He reads these things. The same with my mom. She hasn't been in this industry before, but she has an understanding of it because she knows, like, from my experience.
Right.
She knows from her husband's experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not having that comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
And some people just don't. They just won't ever understand.
Yeah. My husband's the same way too. Like, I mean, he's military. He does not have any industry experience like that, restaurant experience, but like when we're leaving or like we're leaving somewhere late and we're hungry, like unless it's fast food, we're not going, because I know they'd be making that shit like they just put on the thing.
Yeah.
Stuff. But like we're not, if we look up something and it's like 8:45 and the place closes at 10, unless we're going to be there in the next 2 minutes, we don't go.
Yeah.
Like it's just courtesy. I'm sorry, that's just what I believe. Like, it's just courtesy. I would rather you camp out until closing, but be closed out and done.
Yeah.
But I have an issue with you coming in like 15 minutes before and ordering like all this crazy stuff. Like and then you tip us bad. Like that just makes it's different. Like if I knew this person was going to give me $100, I'm like,
oh yeah,
let's get it. But no, not worth it.
Yeah.
Just not worth it.
It just goes back to the, respect thing.
Yeah.
Just showing respect to the people that are serving you day and night. It's just respect.
Yeah. And entitlement for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. We got to hop into this last point, and the topic is lazy men.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the service industry, it's predominantly male driven, and that's fine. But, as a woman, you come in and you're doing the same work as men and all of that. But there is nothing worse than working with a man who is lazy, who doesn't do any work, and leaves all the work to be done to the women. The men that we work with sometimes, if you see at the end of the night that most of the stuff that we have to do is heavy lifting and cleaning, and you see these things and you acknowledge them, but then you just go sit on the couch while I'm cleaning, and the trash is just sitting there and you're just waiting for someone else to pick it up.
My biggest pet peeve.
So now I have to go take all the trash out, and it's heavy trash. So And I already feel like an Amazon woman, and I'm having to lug these things into the garbage and then into the dumpster.
Yeah.
And then I come back, and then you're still sitting there, and there's still stuff to be cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's nothing worse than a lazy man.
And it's the same motherfuckers that come in late, like 5 minutes late to a shift, and take over what you're doing because they don't feel like doing the harder batching. Like, I won't forget, I think I know who you're talking about, and I'm just going to go off of it too. This same person, like, coming into our speakeasy bar, they don't want to do the Jell-O shots. Nobody wants to do the Jell-O shots, man. Like, they're fucking sticky as hell.
Yeah.
You have to individually, like, take out each plastic ramekin, like, take them out, line them up, and pour, like, from the big
Cambro
container into a like a pitcher or a deli, and then you have to, like, pour it in, but, like, not too much, not too little, has to be perfect, has to close well, and then you have to go back to those motherfuckers and tediously, like, separate the plastic and close them all up. So I always got stuck doing that, like, for the different, like, the Christmas pop-ups, like, I always got stuck doing that specific job because that certain person didn't want to do it. And then we're finishing up cleaning, we're almost there, but you decide you're not doing, there's one person doing the bank closing out, and I know that person doesn't close out. He cannot, and I would not let him. So there's one person already sitting on the couch closing out, but they are closing out the checks, which is part of the job. It's a tedious part of the job too. This motherfucker goes and sits on the couch and props his feet up on the table. There's a glass in that corner over there, buddy. The trash still needs to be taken out. I'll take the trash on the way out. No. Take it now.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna save so much time if you just take it right fucking now. And that drives me absolutely bonkers. Like, and it's those same people that are never willing to help you out, never willing to switch a shift with you.
Yes.
But then if you want to, if they want to switch, we are not team workers. Like, if he wants to switch and he wants to do this, you're not a team player. Like, we get fucking drunk texts in the group chat that we don't support each other, that we're not team players. But it's like, I've asked you to help me 9,000 times and you said no. Right. Baby boy, I'm gonna reciprocate the same energy. Like, if I can switch, I always will. Like, that was one thing. I'll always switch if I could. If I can't, I ain't switching. Yeah. And especially for you, motherfucker, when was the last time? And I'm not one to hold shit over your head, but for him, I was. I said, I'm going to dangle that shit right up here. Yeah. I'm going to be like, hey, remember that fucking 5 times I've covered for you and you won't for me? Yeah. Fuck you. Like, no.
The men also, not only are they lazy, but they're also the most dramatic.
Drama.
Like, there's more drama with all of these men combined. Like, in one, I'm trying to find the comparison. With one, there's more drama in the men than there is with the women in our place. Always. Like, the women are always so, we just power down. We band together, we get the job done, but the men, they whine, they complain, they don't want to clean, they want to do this. It's like, oh my gosh, guys, like, please get it together.
The biggest gossipers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the biggest babies. Like, y'all act like children sometimes. Like, I've never understood that. Like, the women just seem so put together. And we just, like, carry the weight of the men on our backs.
Seriously.
Yeah. And nothing has changed.
No.
Nothing has changed since I started there.
And they'll be like, oh, well, on Broadway, there's a whole team doing, like, the cleanup. Like, you just, like, the bar is as is and you leave. Like, that's what one of them says all the time. And I'm like, okay, so go work there. Go work your fucking 12-hour marathon of sprints. Like, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, get down.
Right.
Do it. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Yeah. I hate that we've come to a place where it's like they're so lazy or like, you know, because that's why I was taking like 30-minute long breaks. Because I was like, y'all motherfuckers go for your cigarette breaks.
Oh my gosh.
Every 5 minutes.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
like literally a horde of people just walked in. Hey, I think this is a good time to have a cigarette break.
Yeah. The guys will go together. Yeah. Like, for some reason,
they have to go together.
Majority of the men that we work with are cigarette smokers or like they like to
only
vape
the guys.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. So they'll all like get out of their respective bars and be like, hey, you want to come smoke a cigarette with me? And then they'll be gone for like 10 minutes. I'm like, where were you?
Yeah.
But God forbid, I need to go use the bathroom.
No.
Where's Nia? Where is Nia? Do you know where she's at? I'm in the bathroom. Consider it my smoke break.
Yeah.
I can't use the bathroom, guys. I'm gone 5 minutes and everyone like, SOS, where are you? Like, she's MIA. Bro, y'all do not trip when these men are going out and chain smoking cigarettes given. Yeah. I'm like, I started counting the minutes that y'all are on your smoke breaks and it totals to about an hour a shift. I'm like, I get in trouble for having a quick snack on like, and we don't get breaks. Like we just straight up don't get breaks at the hotel. Like that's just not a thing. We can't like eat before shift and they won't let us, you know, have food in the refrigerator at work. That's a new thing. Like we couldn't have food in the fridge. You're like, you have to go move that to the fridge in the back. I'm like, oh, because my food is such an eyesore.
Yeah.
It's in a box. It's wrapped up. You don't even know what's in there. Take a guess what's in there. You can't see it.
No, guests can't see it.
No. But the new thing is that we can't have food in the bar, but all the guests can eat chicken wings in the bar, as many as they want. But I can't have my food wrapped up in a box because it's an eyesore.
We're people too. We have the same needs of eating, going to the bathroom, all the things that everybody else does.
Yeah.
We are not machines that are like robotically have to do this at all times.
Mm-mm.
Do you guys have bar backs anymore?
No. That's just we wouldn't be with what money? we're not even making a lot of money. And yeah, our food runner is making like bank right now.
Bro, I know.
Yeah.
I saw him, and it was the same one that we used to have back in the day. I am fucking blanking on his name. And I saw him, and I'm like, "You're back?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "How are you doing?" And he's like, "Amazing." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I make so much money."
Yeah.
I'm like,
they do.
and they don't do shit.
No.
They don't be doing shit. They be running on the elevator.
They run on the elevator. They spend so much time in the expo line.
Yeah.
And they eat so good.
They eat so good.
Because they get in good with the kitchen, with the cooks. And they just like, I always see them like eating like 3-course meals back there. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to eat my crackers from the marketplace downstairs.
Stop, not the marketplace with the wilted ass salads.
Let me just say this. It should be a requirement that hotels, restaurants, bars have family meal for their workers. That seems like such a staple at this steakhouse. That's one of the things that I really appreciated. Even if it was like the same meal every single day, you are providing food for your staff so that they don't go hungry. Like that's something
and
that
have
I really
better
appreciate.
attitudes.
Yeah, because everyone's coming in and they're getting fed. Now, the hotel tried to do it, but then it didn't last even a month because people were like, oh, well, since we can't, like, we're doing this, well, why can't we have like a salad bar or something? Like, bro, like, can you just appreciate the fact that they're trying to do family meal? Like, I can't come in to my shift every day because I didn't have time to make lunch and then pay for food every shift. I can't do that. Not with the way that we're making money right now. Like, I can't come in every shift and buy my food. So I just don't understand why, as a hotel, there's so much food that gets wasted. I know this for a fact.
Yep.
Why we can't provide food for the staff that works there day and night, 8 to 12 hours every single day. Food should be provided in the morning for the morning staff and for the evening staff. Yeah. That makes zero sense to me. Just feed your staff. They're going to be so much happier if they have a full stomach, if they have nourishment. We can't survive on Reese's and a Fanta and Monster.
And a Fanta. Oh my. I just remember and that shit slows you down. You like eat all that bad processed food and drink that soda because you're like, you need something like to fuel you. We don't have time to eat like those meals. Like we don't have time to go put it in the microwave or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you guys just had it ready for us, we would feel so much better. We would be so much more energetic and so much more happier and like nourishing food, like good protein, good carbs, not a fucking Reese's, Kit Kat, fucking Jolly Ranchers. Like I can't do that shit. Like I'm not doing that. I don't know why I said Jolly Ranchers. So
still, it's all the same thing. Like we don't want to just we can't be nourished by eating candy.
Then you get a headache and then you get a stomach ache and then you feel like shit. Like, I'm sorry, your Miss Vicks chips aren't like sustaining me for an 8-hour shift. Like, they're making me feel like shit and now I have diarrhea. What do you want me to say? I got IBS. Like, help a girl.
I'm so sorry that I didn't have time to make food before I came, but oh my gosh.
I'm sorry that I clopened because you guys didn't have anybody. I'm sorry I went home at 3 a.m. and then had to be back fucking on the road at 9 to open for 10.
Yeah.
The fuck? Right? Pointing at my dog. He knows. He'd be like, Mom, you just got home. And I'm like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, son.
Yeah.
You know? It'd be like that. It's crazy.
Just feed your staff. They're going to be so much happier.
Your staff. You're going to throw out that chicken for getting old anyway. You're going to throw out all that shit for mold anyway. You guys ain't fucking The amount of food you guys have that you guys have to throw out weekly, daily is preposterous. We're not asking for like lobster and oysters. I will eat anything you fucking give me.
Mm-hmm.
That's nourishing.
You could literally make a bunch of like turkey and cheese sandwiches. Just something easy. You don't have to do anything crazy.
A wrap.
Yeah.
Make a foot-long sub, cut it in some pieces.
There you go. Yeah. Just give to the people that are slaving away every single night.
That's what I like about, I hated this mom and pop's pizza place, but we always got a free meal.
Yeah.
Because it was like, you get one free meal a shift.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if you worked 4 hours, 9 hours, like you get one.
Right. Because I promise you it does not cost that much to feed and keep your people happy.
Yeah. To get a free meal because of, I don't know, because you worked a double? Fuck that.
I've also seen a lot of privilege. I feel like that's the word of this episode is privilege. That goes towards people like the senior leadership teams. They get a lot of things comped. They get a lot of things handed to them. They get a lot of this stuff. But if I accidentally forget to pay for my food that day, I get bombarded with text messages. Why didn't you pay for your food? Why, like, you need to pay for your food. You can Venmo me. You can Cash App me. I am in bed asleep. I'm not paying anybody because I saw you give away so much food to the sales team and they didn't do anything. They sat in a cold room with blankets and they were on their laptops all day. I'm so sorry that I just worked 10 hours and I forgot to pay for my food. Please get a grip.
Mm-hmm.
I've just seen this privilege with them. They just get so much handed to them.
So much.
They get like, they'll go out for like team dinners. They have
the time.
Like little field trips here and there where they'll like go off site and have like nice things provided for them. But
we're trash.
Yeah. So if you're doing all these nice things for the sales team, the HR team, for SLT, don't be upset if I want to buy a bartender a beer, a Mick Ultra, something simple like that. Just don't be upset. Treat us with that same level of respect that you treat the upper leadership team with.
Yep.
Those two words I feel like are just the two words of this episode is privilege and respect.
Yep.
So.
And that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just remember we're people too. We are there to serve you and to make you happy. So it helps if you give us the same in return.
Yep.
Just some respect. Just an ounce.
Yeah.
And stop being a fucking lazy coworker. Because you're fucking your whole team by doing
it's that part, yeah.
But thank you for joining us for episode 18. We cannot believe we're almost at 20. That is crazy to me. But we thank y'all for sticking around. It means a lot to us, the support and everything. I know y'all are asking what's going on with the podcast. We're going through the ebbs and flows of life and just trying to provide for the people.
Yep.
So where can we find us? Where can they find us? Where can we find us?
Y'all can find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook at Fullfiguredofficial. And if you want to watch our podcast, you can always watch it on YouTube. And if you want to stream it, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio.
And our merch is still up. So if you want a nice t-shirt like this, crew neck hoodie, we got those. We even have tote bags. So go check it out. We got coffee mugs too, right?
Coffee mugs.
Yeah, we got all that. So if you want to check it out, link in bio, and we'll see you there. Yeah. And we appreciate you.
And once again, we raise our NA drinks to you.
Sobriety.
Cheers, y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.
I just